Good Friday morning, East Tennessee. It's very cold and want to say good morning to you. You made it to the weekend. You made it to the end of the week. Hopefully you've had something to keep you warm. Perhaps a nice warm fireplace. Perhaps maybe a virtual fireplace. That's what we're doing this morning because we want to make sure that you're aware there's probably going to be a little bit of extra activity for those who might have cars, vehicles outside because there'll be some scraping. No doubt there could be some frost that you have to work through. And last I checked, this is pretty cold. Last I checked, we're down to 19 degrees in Knoxville. That's the current temperature officially. But some of you, are you at 11? Yeah, that's what Jamestown says. It says it's 12 in Oneida. Could that be right? That can't be right. It's only the 6th of December. This isn't like the dead of winter, but boy, does it feel like it. It is 18 degrees in Morristown. Good morning to you, Hamlin County. While the warmest spot, boy, does that sound toasty. It's 20 in Oak Ridge. Congratulations, Anderson County, for keeping most of your heat overnight. It is 13 in Wartburg, so it's 7 degrees colder there in Morgan County. You moved further south, it's 19 in Athens and Madisonville. Well, what's going on? We've got a warm day, we have a cold day all day. Temperatures will be lucky to get out of the mid, maybe upper 30s for some of us during the course of today under full sunshine. That's right, full sunshine. So it's going to be deceiving when you look out the window when the sun comes up at 7:32. It is 14 in Sevierville. I'm kind of curious to know what you are experiencing this morning. The cold is certainly going to cut through you. It won't take long. I got a good morning from Steve Stone. Quick on the comments. I love it. He says good morning. He has also got the sunshine and happy face there. Glad to see his Jeep is still there on the picture. And I got Michael Hawk saying a very good, very cold morning. He is reporting 16 degrees in Morristown. So there you have it. I mean, it's brutal. Fred in Maryville in Blount County, noticing he's got 18 in Maryville. He says back to limited work today. Blessings to you, sir. We'll keep praying for you. And he put yay. So he's happy that he's gotten back, getting one step at a time. Danny feedback, also noting the Go Vols. He says, good morning, David. Hope you have a wonderful Friday and a weekend. And to you as well, my friend. Thank you for being here. I hope you all stay warm in this exceptionally cold air mass. By the way, I want to come back on camera for a second because the normal low is 34. So you mean we're 15 degrees below normal? Yes, we are. 19, 34. Yeah, that's 15 degrees. So when we're 15 degrees below normal, that catches our attention. But when we had like a record high last month, I believe that we hit, 82? When the normal high then was 63. That was like 19 degrees above normal. Nobody had a problem with 82 in November. It's like, that's just normal. But the pendulum swings. And now it's swung back to the cold Arctic blast that's 13 in Middlesboro. I want to say good morning to our southeast Kentucky friends to our north. Well, it's 16 degrees in Jonesville. But that's not the only map. Yeah, we have a little bit of a wind. Boy, it doesn't take much. At 8 miles an hour. That 8 miles an hour, what's 8 miles an hour among friends? But 8 miles an hour makes 19 feel like 9. Oh, you did that. We're single digits. I know, it's single digits. You really want to know how this feels? Go ahead and pump gas. If you are low on gasoline, you have to pump this morning. It's brutal. And even though the winds are only moving at 3 to 8 miles an hour today, at least to start, it could feel like 3 in Crossville, Fairfield Glade, and Lake Tansy. That's the wind chill. That's the wind chill. Feels like 6, Wartburg, Morgan County, Fentress County, and feels like 9 in Maryville. So I just got to say, you got to be extra careful, wear lots of layers. And last night I did a whole post about a video about beware of frozen pipes. Are you dripping? Were you dripping the faucets last night? Because that can also be a problem where it's really cold. You get below 20 for an extended period of time. It can cause damage. And those of you remember from last January, some of you had frozen pipes when it was close to 0 for a little while back almost a year ago, last January of this year. By the way, tracking the clouds and radar, there are still some snowflakes and snow showers, looks like up toward Pennsylvania. Here's where I expect to be this afternoon. It is now 6:44, by the way. If we hit 38, that'll be a blessing. Most of us may only hit 37, like Morristown. Some may only hit 36, like Crossville. But we'll struggle to get there under full sunshine. Well, that's deceiving. I know. That's just kind of the way it goes. 36 for Sevierville, but maybe 40 for Athens. That might be generous. And tonight we're going to be cold again, but maybe not quite as cold. I mean, is 18 better Oneida than where you are now? I guess it could be, but it's still cold. It's the caliber of cold. Maybe not as bad. 21 tonight, 20 in Oak Ridge and 20 in Maryville. That's my expectations tonight. Let me get to the headlines. Sunny and very cold today. We've covered that. The sun sphere will look like the sun. The sun sphere will look bright and shiny, like the shiny object it was designed to be since 1982. Sunny and milder on Saturday. We're back in the 40s, about 48. That sounds balmy, 48. Normal high is 53. 53, even 48 tomorrow is still a colder than average day. But then hazy sun and clouds gather on Sunday. Some of us may have some raindrops approaching very late Sunday night and into Monday. Mondays look soggy. We'll talk about that here in just a few moments. If you got a comment, would love to share it with you and the rest of those who are watching live. I got a note from Wanda Poe. She says, good morning, David. It is cold. Declaration there in Cocke County. It is cold. Dennis Hatcher, haven't seen a comment from him in a while. Great to have him here. Always a premium member, too. Good morning from Dandridge. She says, we have a freezing 16 degrees with a burr, all caps. Yeah, it's an exclamation point. I remember my days in Rochester, New York, when the high was like 8 and the low was -3. I knew that pumping gas was my threshold. That was my litmus test. If I couldn't pump gas and without falling apart, then I knew, or if it was super cold, I'd maybe fill up the tank later. But I got a note from Karen Robbins. She says hello and good morning. Karen says, good morning, David. It was 16 when I went to bed last night, and now it's a lonely 12. Well, I added the word lonely, but she added the word holy moly. Holy moly, Karen Robbins. I hope you stay warm. Please stay warm. Chad is on here, too. He says Valley needs some snow. It's been years since I was able to make a snowman. Well, Chad, where were you in January? We had 8.5 inches. Maybe, did you just move here? I don't know. But we were making snowmen in a lot of places last January. For those who remember that snowstorm around Martin Luther King weekend, it was pretty remarkable. But glad to have you here, Chad. Always a pleasure to have you guys watching live. It is 6:46. Let me keep moving. The Ultimate Doppler radar with full sunshine doesn't show anything. The Ultimate Doppler radar presented by your local Marco's Pizza. They are a great sponsor of Captain Accurate Weather. In fact, if you're looking for making some lunch plans, maybe you'd like to have some delivery because you don't want to go out in the cold. I get it. Marcos.com. They have locations in Hardin Valley and Farragut. They're in Maryville, Fountain City. They've got a location in Halls and Oak Ridge. And maybe you don't live in Oak Ridge, but you live nearby. You might be in their delivery region or jurisdiction. So check them out, Middlebrook Pike, Ebenezer Road. They also give back to No Kid Hungry, and now they give back to East Tennessee Children's Hospital. So you have to love, at least I do, I love their pizza, but I love the fact that they're community focused. $9.99 for less than $10. You could get a magnificent pizza they call the Magnifico. That looks really good. Or for lunch, for less than $6, you can have delivered a pepperoni and sausage, maybe a buffalo chicken pozole, maybe a pepperoni or even a chicken bacon ranch. Check them out, marcos.com. The pozole is delicious. And you can see, there's not much to see here. Maybe a few flakes. We're trying to form a loft in far eastern Kentucky, but that's all faded away because many of us are now absent of clouds. We don't have much in the way of cloud cover, but there's still some snow guns. The lake effect snow machine is still working, doing its thing in the Great Lakes and downwind of the Great Lakes this morning. And oh yes, did I mention Florida? Yeah, you think about the price of orange juice. I mean, these folks are having a hard time just keeping things warm down in Florida. Look at it. I mean, you got, I don't even have to pronounce that counter, Alachua, whatever county that is in Florida, that's pretty far set. Marion County, are they used to freezing temperatures? Probably not, right? There are some areas in Florida that have been freezing for days as they too are participating in this chill. Knoxville rainfall is 0 so far for December, but we have a history of 5 inches on average. That's why we call that normal. The normal is green and it represents the average from 1991 to 2020. Those are the normals that we're using with the Weather Service during this period of time. We typically see just under 52 inches. That's the very bottom there. 51.93 is the yearly rainfall. But it's been amazing. The actual numbers are inside the white arrows. But we will be getting some rain next week. Now, I could show you the future rainfall here. It's kind of mundane because it's just the clock moving. But let's move the clock. We got a sunny day today, a sunny day tomorrow, hazy sun and clouds on Sunday. But Sunday night, interesting. By 11 o'clock, this particular solution, this particular model, as it were, wants to bring it in before 11 o'clock. I think it might be a little slower. Most of it's going to be after midnight or right around midnight. But even still, that's just the tip of the raindrop, right? This is all going to fill in. We got a soggy day, 80% chance at least on Monday, where some of us may pick up a half inch or more. And some of the modeling Takes us through Tuesday and Wednesday with the opportunity for more showers, then filling in like so, where the heavier rains may actually form in places like maybe, say, Mount LeConte, the Smokies, 1.5 inches around Sevierville. I think an inch is certainly reasonable over that period of time. So we'll keep an eye on that, but if you're waiting for rain, I know we're still in a drought. I covered that last night's video. The new drought monitor came out last night, or yesterday morning, I should say. I posted it last night in the video. And also the drought monitor is on the app, the free Captain Accurate weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic. You can check it out there as well. I want to come back on camera for a second as we're looking at current temperatures. 19 degrees. Does that catch your attention? It catches mine anyway. Yesterday's high is a little deceiving. It was 49 degrees at 3 in the morning. 3:02 to be precise. So we didn't actually hit an afternoon high. It was an upside down day. Nothing to be alarmed. It was just a cold front coming through at the inopportune time of the nighttime period. 22 was the low, but that occurred 4 minutes before midnight, so it's kind of upside down. That was kind of crazy. All right, so we had a gust of 38 yesterday, miles an hour. Normal high and low is 53, 34. 53, we're only lucky to get to 38 today. 34, the normal low, we're at 19, so clearly we're 15 degrees below normal this morning. The record high is 74, 1998. Record low is 9, single digit, 9 actual temperature, although it feels like 9, doesn't it? It does. But that came from 1871 when Ulysses S. Grant was president. So there you have it. We've been there before, and we've been colder. We've been 10 degrees colder in actual terms, but 19 actually feels like 9 because we have an 8-mile-an-hour wind, if I'm not mistaken. All right, wind chills, crazy. Yeah, there's the 9. Oh, how do we lose 10 degrees? Well, it's just perception. That's all it is. Somebody asked me one time, you'll love this story. Someone called me back when the days when I worked in Rochester, they called the weather center. That's what they used to do. Pick up the phone. That's weird. But they would call me and they would say, hey, I got a question. If the water, let me see here. Was it Rochester? It might have been somewhere else. Anyway, might have been here. I get all my stories mixed up, but I will tell you the phone call was very vivid because they want to know if the air temperature is 38, but the wind chill is 32, will water freeze? I said, water has no feelings, right? Water is going to freeze at 32. It's not going to freeze at 38 just because the wind chill is such. But it is perception. That's my point. And if you see fuchsia, magenta, that's for Karen Robbins, or purple, those are single-digit wind chills, and we have a piece of that going through East Tennessee at this very hour. It is 6:52. Sunny skies for the kids. It's cruel and unusual to leave a kid at a bus stop on a morning like today. 19 degrees feels like 9. Please make sure the kids either get driven or have some place to stay warm. Stay in the car as long as they can, and then they can run to the bus, whatever they need to do, but make sure they're safe. 25 at 10, 36 by 2, and the deceiving sunshine. I thought having the cold emoji with the sun behind it really kind of says deceiving sunshine, because it's not that warm, even in the afternoon. Well, we're lucky to hit 38 degrees. 7:32 it's up rather, and goes down at 5:22 again this afternoon. And did I mention, oh yeah, it was 82 on the 7th. That's what I meant. Yeah, the normal high that day was 63. And we hit 82 on that red square on the 7th of November. So we were 19 degrees above normal, and now we've had nothing but a string of colder days. All 5 days, and today will be another. We'll make this day number 6. 6 days of below average temperatures. We're off to a fast start, which was precisely one of my pillars, foundational bullet points in my winter weather outlook, is that we were all going to be off to a fast start, load up on the firewood, and many of my premium members did. Many of them took my intel and they ran with it. So I'm glad to have them and love to have you join us because I've got more intel to share. Would love to have you join us on Facebook. By the way, temperatures around this country are pretty cold in Orlando. They're at 55. Anything in the 50s, I imagine, in Florida, you feel like you didn't get your money's worth if you're at Disney World. 60 in Miami, that's probably cold for them too. But there are some freeze concerns in many parts of Florida going right into tomorrow. Oh, by the way, 17 is what the wind chill is in Bismarck. We have a colder wind chill than Bismarck. With a 9, it actually feels like it's colder here than it is maybe in Des Moines. It's just amazing, isn't it? It's just amazing when you see this chunk of cold come down from the north. It's just one of those things you have to kind of hunker down. I got a note from Sheila, if I said that, wouldn't. She says, thank you, sir. My pleasure. Glad to have Sheila here. And then Wanda Poe says, hope January takes the drought away with a lot of snow. Snow would do it. A snowpack, for sure, would certainly help or alleviate drought conditions. That's a good point, Wanda. And a good morning from Tyler Wiseman. Glad to see his smiling face as well. So you guys are great to give me some feedback. And if you have another weather report, I'll do my best to get it up on the screen. It is 6:54. My goal is to be done here in 6 minutes. You can see single-digit wind chills are not far away only. They're here. They've made an East Tennessee visitation here. They're here for a little while, at least this morning. I mentioned that we have hour-by-hour data for 2 hours, 2 days now. It goes out to 48 hours or 2 days. Before it was just 24 hours. But on upside-down days, and we'll have another one next week, it helps to have that on your phone. It helps to have it on your iPad. We also have a 10-day forecast now, so you can plan accordingly. It includes power outages. This is the latest free, did I say free? Yeah, free updates, and includes power outages, drought monitor, and air quality alerts. So if you had power outages over the last 24 hours in the Smokies, they've been under wind advisories, those would be the places to go. You check the app. And you get the traffic reports, which is also very, very valuable from Pete Michaels. 19 degrees, there it is. There it is. You can't make this up. Winds out of the north, maybe northeast, 8 miles an hour. I'm looking at that red caret, the red triangle. That's kind of moving down to the north-northeast, and we got a wind chill of 9. That's what it feels like. We could just go ahead and take 10 degrees off the actual temperature as far as what it feels like. Sunny skies, very cold today. Like I said, if we're lucky, we are lucky. If we get to 38, most of us may stop at 36, 37, and your car thermometer might say 39. I understand your car's next to the car engine, your thermometer, and maybe next to hot pavement. But anyway, upper 30s might be generous. Most of us will be in the mid-30s this afternoon. Precipitation chances, I have 80% Monday, stair-step it down to 60% Tuesday, and then a 40% chance on Wednesday. What about storms? Do we have usually we think of late November, early December for a second severe season for tornadoes. I don't see much at all around the country. There is the possibility for general thunderstorms in Texas, parts of Arizona, and New Mexico today. But with sunny skies, clearly there's no coloring. There's no concern for thunder or severe weather in Tennessee whatsoever. That pattern continues tomorrow. Saturday, there could be a few rumbles of thunder, general variety for Houston, Dallas, parts of Texas, but nothing going on in Tennessee. Now, we will anticipate some rain. We've already highlighted that for Monday. Could come in very late Sunday night, especially toward the midnight hours from the west, and they kind of illustrate that with some thunder in Memphis on Sunday, but that goes into Sunday night into wee hours of Monday morning. So I do think we're going to get some rain. I don't think we're going to get too much in the way of thunder early next week. But keeping an eye on that, we've got high pressure centered around Arkansas and Missouri. Big bubble, no trouble. Except the trouble is that we're shivering. That's kind of the way it goes. High pressure is going to be parked to our west. So for 2 days, today and tomorrow, and really most of yesterday, just nothing but sun. Full sunshine, much like the way yesterday ended. We're just going to stay very cold. And then there goes the rain, or here comes the rain. I'm looking at Mississippi. I'm looking at Arkansas. Some of those areas look like showers are beginning to form. If not midday Sunday, that's where it's located. By the time we hit 5 o'clock, there's where see, it's basically middle Tennessee west, and it moves down toward Mississippi. Eventually, it's going to slide in like so. I think it's going to come in like, there it is. Well, man, that feels like a Monday. Yeah, it's going to look like a Monday. It's going to feel like a Monday. Like, I want to stay under the covers. It's raining hard, and the wipers are getting a good workout. But most of it's on the front end of the day. See how this one wants to take most of it out by the time we hit 8 or 9 o'clock. So maybe the morning drive is, could be worse than the afternoon drive if these showers become more widely scattered for the rest of the day. And that's the way things are trending, at least for Monday. All right, it is 6:58, time for your forecast. Sunny and very cold today. If you're just joining us, it is now currently 19. We could still cool another degree or two. Sun doesn't even come up till 7:32, and it's 6:58. But here are the high temperatures again. 38 for Oak Ridge and Norris, 38 for Wartburg and Sunbright, 34 for Oneida, 37 for Jacksboro and La Follette. Those are the expectations for today. Got another note from Darcy Soar. She says 16 here. Such a waste of cold temperature. Where's the snow? Well, keep in mind, cold air is very dry. You're right. You need to kind of have a phasing effect. You need a southern slider. A little southern storm would make a weather pattern like this oh so juicy and nice. And we had that last January. But there's still more time. I mean, winter's just getting started. We'll keep an eye on that. But Darcy, thank you. She's got hashtag Wanda Poe Team Snow. Have a 1+ weekend. I realize how that rhymes. Wanda Poe Team Snow. Very nice. Dawn Rumsey is on here as well. Want to give her a shout out. She's on here, and I'm going to see if I can get this back on my screen. I see a note from Fred. Fred says, have a safe and blessed weekend. Stay warm. See if I can get Dawn's on here. There she is. My mouse was slowing down. There's Dawn. She says, good morning, David. I hope everyone has a great day and stays warm. It's very important. People wear layers today. It's one of those things in the wardrobe where you might not necessarily be used to it because we're going to be warming back up next week. 38 for a high here. If you're traveling south, you'll find lower 40s for Atlanta, about 40 for Greensboro, 42 Charlotte, and if you're headed north, they'll be lucky to hit 32 in Lexington, Fayette County, Kentucky. 21, your low temperature tonight. It's all about the caliber of cold. I mean, 19 now, 21 then. I mean, it's pretty cold. It'll be frosty, clear skies, no big changes there, but the winds will be light and variable, 0 to 5. So 21 may actually feel like 21. It's not necessarily going to feel like 9 tomorrow because the winds won't be as strong. And even 3 to 8, it's not that strong, but it's all relative. 18 for a low in Wartburg. Look for a low in Athens, 18, and 19 for a low in Morristown. It is 7 o'clock straight up. Wanted to finish right on time, and that's what we're going to do here. But here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. A 10-degree bump tomorrow. We're up to 48 degrees with bright sunshine. 57 on Sunday. That's amazing. Yeah, we're finally getting above normal on Sunday afternoon with hazy sun and clouds. Very late Sunday night, Monday, the rain comes in, periods of rain, especially in the morning. I think we could nudge 60. And then you're going to find another day, Wednesday, just like yesterday, where the temperature comes in probably at 3 or 4 in the morning, and then it just plummets. It's like in one fell swoop, temperatures will be in the 40s. So dress for the 40s next Wednesday. Note to self, I got to put that in my phone. Yeah, it's going to be a colder day as the showers and the front passes by. So temperatures will drop in a big way. I put the 58 there because if you work the third shift, you might spend most of your shift in the 50s. It's just the way it is. But then rain showers, and like yesterday, we were still in the 40s even after sunrise on say, Wednesday or Thursday. I've lost track of time. But Thursday next week, 42, it gets colder again. That's why I circled the 27. That's where we're headed in a due period of time. By the way, if you haven't picked up the Captain Accurate Weather app, get Pete Michaels Traffic, because you got to get to work. Sometimes it's very helpful. You don't want to wait for the radio station to play it. You get the up-to-date traffic report from Pete and his team, all of the National Weather Service alerts, plus 3 extras, plus lightning alerts, plus power outages. And did I mention, oh yes, you've got also now 10-day forecast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to join us on that platform. It's the same material, but you can go to youtube.com/@CaptainAccurate. That is also free to subscribe. Now, if you want to join us on Facebook, the premium members, they get all the intel that I put out there, and there's quite a bit of it. Just over 15 minutes of video called My Winter Weather Outlook. It's still online, and there's still a lot of foundational expectations that are going to be coming into the winter that you might want to check out. And my premium members can watch it over a second time, a third time, anytime they want to watch it. It is pinned on the subscriber group. First to see my snow forecast. That's one of the benefits of being a premium member. You're the first to see every forecast. We focus on weather that goes out 15 days, 20 days, 30 days, and beyond. We like to look at the things and the patterns that are coming down the pike. But more Facebook Lives, typically on Sunday, they get fewer ads, all for just $4.99 a month. That's the price of a cup of coffee. In my view, it's the best weather bargain for the weather geek in your family. A great stocking stuffer, I might add. Might want to consider, hey, here's $4.99. Just sample it for a month. You might see it has great value for you as you plan ahead. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.